at third, even if he hasn't seen it yet, he knows that there was an intention to do it. He's gonna try and poke up the field, but there are lots of banelings and lots of links. He moves back out and he sieges up, so he's gonna keep those banelings in check with all those siege tanks, man. This is some very interesting play. The Hellions poke up again, a lot of banelings exploding, the queen dies. Very interesting back and forth here. Another queen goes very low on health. Mutalisks are out there. You know what? There are not enough marines there to take off those three Hellions. Those three Mutalisks. And the banelings and lings all move out. And they're gonna clear this out, but there are a lot of marines. Oh my god, Diestar actually came up ahead and he's gonna burn a lot of work.
Oh my god.
Whoa, that's a lot of barbecue drones as well, man. Diestar loves to have barbecue food. There's the GG. That's a fast game, man.
So with the GG being called, it looks like Diestar is going to take the win. He's going to get the point. We're going into game number 2 with Diestar on 1. And let's go ahead and get right into that game and move forward instead of backwards, because there's no way we can move backwards now, folks. I'm not turning this bus around. You got that?
You can go watch the VODs again. That'll be going backwards.
I guess, yeah, we could.
Or watch the replays.
Who wants to watch VODs when you can watch the live game, man?
Good point. Good point.
You can watch the VODs later when we have nothing else to do, but for now, we're gonna watch this stream.
Well, let's get this going. We've got Metalopolis being the map, and we're ready into this next game.
That was a very impressive game, and that's one of the very few games that I've seen on Shakuras that lasted less than 15 minutes.
And no, the rabbit does not come with a, or the hat does not come with a rabbit. And yes, the song is called Who Farted. And it's by St. Francis. No, it's Who Farted.
I know, you farted, right?
No, it wasn't me, dude.
You can smell the stink up to here, man.
I'll bet, but it's not me. Okay? It was my dog. He's right back here. Okay? And here comes the star Anus Man. Welcome back to the chat. But anyways, thanks again, guys, for joining us today as we bring you more StarCraft action, as I've got like song over song over song here. Not meaning to do the overlay, or the over audio lay, I guess. But maybe a camel farted, maybe. Torre's in a public place and he doesn't want to sing, man, so we can't make him do it. But whatever. Yeah, I'll go ahead. We've got Diestar against Morph here. Game number 2, folks. For Diestar 1, game number 1. And no. And happy 420 as well to all those out there. Let's get this game going. Let's get it on the road. And let me turn this down just a little bit. Right on. The countdown has begun. Let's get this on the road. Metalopolis is the map. And we're going to be bringing you into this game right now. And welcome once again. Let me go ahead and say it again and again and again. I'm MC Duffs with Antahara here. We've got Diestar against Morph. It is Go4SC2 number 99. So we are all excited, all sitting on the edge of our seats, and we're all pumped. Get those ocular implants in and get your family around the TV. We've got some more StarCraft action for you. We've got Morph spawning over here in the 9 o'clock position as the Green Zerg. And down here in the 6 o'clock position, we've got Diestar spawning as the Purple Terran. Let's go ahead and fix those overlays so we don't have a bunch of stuff over the screen, because that's not what we're all about here. We're just about the StarCraft. We're about the esports. Let's expand esports together. That's the point, and that's what we plan to do. So we're seeing, you know, the close air positions. They are only guarded, or they are only separated by a small little chasm here. And with that being said, what do you think, Antara?
Banshee play, maybe. I've seen Diestar do every sort of harass imaginable in the few games I casted of his. and he's a pretty good player, and he seems to not like to expand right off the bat, at least most of the games I've seen him do. He usually goes for some sort of harassment, and then he expands. He spots the Overlord, so he knows where his opponent is. He knows exactly where he needs to send the next SCV out of the base. And it's just a question of when he's going to send out that SCV. And the other question is, when is he going to get his racks? We're going to be able to tell in a few seconds what he's going to do. Is he going to get his racks right now? Yes, there's the racks. He's not going to completely wall, like he's not going to get the normal wall off, but he's keeping some space out there for the tech lab or reactor. He's getting his gas at 13, which is also normal. And in the Zerg base, we see that Morph hasn't gotten any structures yet, so he's going for an expansion first, I think.
That's right. That's exactly what it looks like as that drone leaves the base. Now, keep in mind, Morph also keeping it strong with moving that Overlord into Diestar's base, not wanting to hide the Overlord from the vision. So, you know, Diestar definitely knows where his opponent is. He is sending out that scouting SCV to see what the hell's going on in Morph's base, and he's going to be able to see the expansion hatchery being placed down, as well as the spawning pool that is on the way. Now, I like this Overlord spread by Morph. However, he does have that Overlord back behind the smoke, and yeah, so you know he's going to keep a good eye on the chasm, on the back door, and everything else. We could see something interesting coming down from Morph, as he does need to win this to tie it up to bring us into game number 3.
Yeah. A tech lab going down, so we're going to get a Reaper first. And a Marine is actually making its way across the map to save that SCV maybe, and maybe to actually apply some pressure. Are we going to see a bunker with one Marine just to force yeah, we are going to see a bunker. It's going to go right beside the ramp.
Great call. And a Reaper all the way out, dude.
Yeah, so we're going to get some Reaper in a bunker harassment. Several drones are being pulled off the line, and this is exactly what Diestar wants. He wants to delay the effects of that expansion as much as possible. A couple of more drones being pulled up. That bunker will not get completed, but it has done its duty right now. Yep. That Reaper is going to go out in a few seconds. A command center going up as well. So the Reaper is going to make its way across the field. And finally, Morph decides to start mining with those drones that he pulled up. 4 Zerglings making their way across the map. And are they going to check the Zelnaga tower? They're going to be met with this Reaper who's going to take one out. And he's going to be microing away. He's taken 3 out already. Is he going to take that 4th Ling out, however, is a question to be addressed in a second. That Marine's coming out to say hello to the Ling in his own way, in his own fashion. And there's the hello. The Ling dies. And the Reaper's still alive and the Marine's still alive. Diestar has only lost 1 SCV. And he's delayed mining, and he's made sure that Morph has lost 150 worth of minerals right now.
And it looks like a Roach Warren has finished up, as well as some Roaches on their way out. Diestar down to 25 health on that Reaper, continues to move it around, and I'll tell you,
he spots the Roaches and he dies.
That's right, he does.
Explodes.
And by seeing those Roaches, he is hinted off towards the Roach play. So it looks like he's actually getting a second factory here, as well as building a reactor core on top of that barracks to hint towards the ever so useful Hellions. Now we do have the not thermal lance, of course, but pre-igniter on the way out from Diestar as well.
It's a Terran thermal lance, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Making those blue flamers.
Yeah. He's going for the same opening he did last game, except his command center is up before his factories this time.
That's right.
And there's a Marine scouting there to just spot that Overlord if it decides to pop in, just in case. He's just gonna say hello to the Overlord as well, man. Now bear in mind, this is a very open expansion and very difficult to protect against Hellion play, and those Hellions have just taken out a couple of Lings. Again, barbecued Lings, but this time not with a blue flame. He hasn't shown that he has a blue flame, but I bet Morph knows that it's coming. It's going to be ready in about 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah, and those blue flame Hellions are making their way across the map. They're going to be trying to burn as many workers as they can before they die or leave.
Now, with Morph not having any spine crawlers out and around, these Hellions are going to be pretty much uncontested. They go right up into the main base, start doing their blue flame magic, taking out more and more of those drones.
So many drones. Those drones are not even being microed away. He actually just split them right now. That's a very cool split, but you know what? A lot of those workers have died.
And I'll tell you, it's not that hard to do a split like that. To do that split, all you really need to do is select all of your workers with Control and click, and then press S, and then cycle through your idle workers with F1 and right-click in a circular pattern as you're pressing as you're holding down F1, and that makes it to where you can get a radial pattern of your drones.
Wow, I will try that next time I get blue flame.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Now Diestar has his expansion up. He's equalized the play in terms of units lost, but Morph is ahead by 10 food right now, and he's getting those. He's getting a Spire, and that's Can spots the Spire as well. So Diestar knows what's coming, and he's just getting more Hellions. He's gonna try and burn more stuff.
That's right.
He's getting a couple of more supply depots. Same exact build. 2 more barracks, the 1 Marauder, the 1 signature Marauder, just to say that he got a Marauder, not only Marines. And he's getting more Marines because he's got 2 reacted Raxes.
Oh, and look at this. A little bit of a fail movement there as Diestar tried to go Cajun for dinner, and he tried to climb right up that ramp, doing some damage to the trying to do some damage to the main mineral line. Wasn't able to get there though because there were some Zerglings and Roaches, but he did micro those Hellions to make it to where a couple of them did go in the back of the mineral line of the natural expansion and burn down some of those drones. So he's going to try to get another poke into the main base. We'll see if it's successful. 7 Mutalisks on the way, Baneling Nests on the way as well. Level 1 attack upgrade for the melee is coming down as well.
Diestar is ready with a couple of turrets, several Marines, and he's producing more and more turrets all over the base. He's going to make sure that those turrets don't do enough damage. But you know what? The Mutalisks are going to ignore the base, and they're just going to go and kill those Hellions because they are pissed at those Hellions right now.
Oh man, I would be
so
too.
angry. And they're just, they're chasing those Hellions. They're going to make sure those Hellions get to base. You're going to go back home, guys. That turret comes into action. Is he going to take a Muta? Yeah. Oh! That Muta gets away with 1 health. Is that Marine going to take down that Muta? No, it targets a different Muta. Wow, those Mutas are locking Diestar down.
And they are starting to. There is a 3rd base going down right now for Morph as he tries to do some pokes. But I'll tell you, there's enough turrets here to stop this Muta harassment, and they will be repelled and sent back home. Now we do see some Zerglings also doing a little bit of scouting. I love the map awareness here coming down from Morph. Morph is keeping an eye on what's going on the rest of the map, and holy crap, we've got a bunch of Marines, Marauders, and Hellions. Those Hellions are blue flamers. These Marines have no combat shield, but the Marines and Marauders do have stim pack. However, there isn't any dropships out. There's 1 tank. That tank does not have stinch tank tech. And these Mutalisks are going to poke in, trying to take out as many of those Hellions as they can with the limited numbers that those Mutalisks are in. And we're going to have a big engagement right here in the front of Morph's base. Here we go. The Hellions push in. They see the Banelings morphing, and they start to take down 1 of the Banelings, 2 of the Baneling eggs, and he's popping those Banelings like kettle corn.
Siege tank just in time, man. The Roaches target the siege tank, but you know what? There are lots of Marines there, and it's not looking good for Morph again. But he's going to try his best to stop this, and he might be able to stop this, but you know what? Diestar is moving ahead in terms of food, and he's actually moving some of his overlords. Is he going to lose a couple of overlords as well? No, because Diestar is focusing down his units.
Oh, he will lose 1. There's 1 Marine taking out the overlords. Banelings came in, took out a few of those Marines, and will let Morph defend against this successfully. Now look at this crap. 3 health left for that Queen. That Queen barely got out of there with her life. We are seeing the Zerglings do a little bit of a poke, seeing Diestar sieging up a couple tanks and having his Marines there for the tank backup. Now looking at it, Morph has his 3rd base and is now starting to harvest off of that 3rd base, as well as spreading creep around with those overlords that are right out there in front of his natural. Diestar is now placing down his 3rd